Are you ready to laugh?
Stand-up comedy, an on-stage comedy performance in front of a live audience. There's a lot that goes into comedy, from writing to performing.
That's the right answer. Somebody said, you are so bitter. You are just...
to finding a place to perform. Every comedian starts somewhere and has their way of performing.
My career in comedy started in 2001. I had watched a lot of different stand-ups and like the A&E Evening at the Improv and Whose Line Is It? Pretty much all different types of comedy performance, and I really just kind of gravitated to it.
I got started in comedy. We used to have an amateur competition here in Milwaukee at the Comedy Cafe many years ago, back in 2014, and they had like this amateur competition at the end of the month, like the last Wednesday of every month. And in 2014, I saw a flyer for it, and I was like, you know what? Like, I'm the funny guy in the sales department. I think I'll try this.
I first started by taking a class at Comedy Sports, their improv like introduction, just as like a foot in the door to see what the whole thing was about.
But I went up at the end of April 2014, and this is like my first time on stage in a competition too, and I won. And ever since then, I've been doing it. That was a good night, but it wasn't good for me to win a competition the very first time I got on stage. So I thought I was better than I was.
A person's first show can be defined a lot of different ways. So if I'm going to say my first show ever performing stand-up would actually be at it was at Jitter's Coffee Shop in Whitewater, Wisconsin. And I went and I told my couple of minutes before I went to the big time at the Safe House.
First show, I was like, okay, I really want to do this. It's probably back in 2015. It was like a year into comedy, and they had a show down at the Pabst Tap Room. Not the Pabst Theater, it was like this side room. But like to that point, it was like the biggest show I'd ever done. It was the first time I ever performed in front of, like 100+ people. And like, I was just like, man, I'm a comedian now. And I was lying to everybody. I was like, yeah, I was at the Pabst Theater, even though it wasn't the Pabst Theater. It was like this side room, but there was no pictures, so nobody needed to know the truth. I just snitched on myself.
Put your hands together for Mitch, y'all. How y'all doing? Continuing the adventures of Black Men Day. So, how y'all doing? Hey, what's up, brother? We don't have to sit in the back no more, man. Rosa Parks. Rosa Parks. Come on up.
A lot of comedy is about improv, but not stand-up. It's a lot of trial and error, looking for relatable and odd things in the world, and shining a light on it for a chuckle.
The secrets to how I craft my set are unknown to even me. There's two roads that you can choose to go down the way that I see it. You can try to force something to be a joke, like sit down and be like, I'm gonna write 5 jokes, and most of them, all 4 of them are gonna be crap, but half of the 5th one might be something I could work with.
Hey, I may be ugly, but so are you. That's why we should go together.
I mean, it leads to good material, but there's a lot of just crap that you gotta shuffle through before you find that good little bit of something that's like, this can be a joke, And then there's other ones that just, for whatever reason, pop in your head and you're like, oh, that's weird, or oh, this is an interesting way of approaching this.
I just bring this house down. Scorpio! That's some old bullshit. I'm telling you. Scorpio, Libra, Aries, and Gemini, y'all the 4 horsemen of f***ed relationships. Now y'all.
Me, I'm a storyteller. I tell most of my jokes and setups and bits are stories. So a lot of my material is kind of contingent on like what's going on in the world or what's happened to me that day. Like I need to have things, exciting going on to come up with the new jokes usually, unless something, just wild is going on in the world that, it's like, okay, I need to address this, right? I do write, you have to put pen to paper every now and again. If you're going to have, build up your material. And, usually I'll Usually when I don't have really anything else going on, like nights at home or whatever, like I'll write. I'm glad I don't have a roommate because like I rehearse my stuff out loud. So like my downstairs neighbor, like, you know, anyone else who was around would probably think I'm crazy because like, I'm walking around talking to myself all day, but I'm practicing, you know, how I'm going to deliver the jokes, right? Like the nuances, the facial expressions.
I think of it kind of like a seed, you know, like how crystals can be formed. You know, you start with just a little bit, and then all of the other atoms around it just kind of like lock into that lattice position, and it expands. Which is, I guess, a bad metaphor, but that's kind of the way that I look at it.
It was this one summer I gained like 25 pounds, y'all. This kid walked up to me, and he started rubbing my belly like this. He was like, "Mr. Kid, you're getting fat." And I was like, "F you."
One of the responsibilities, I think, of a comedian is how they choose and how they craft their jokes. And obviously, like, you know, subject matter is a big thing at the top of that list. Like there's subjects that you kind of want to tiptoe around, or do you want to just like barrel right into it, right in the middle of it, to kind of, I hate to say break the ice and shock the audience. I don't know, there's a lot of variables into how you craft a joke. You know, and for me, it gets down to what's the point of the joke? Like, what's the purpose of you telling this joke to these people?
It's impossible to write a great show without keeping an eye on the audience. Their reaction can tip an entire 30-minute routine on its head.
Your audience has a huge impact on your overall, you know, your overall bit and set and stand-up. Comic know thy audience is something that you'll see posted or written or said a lot when it comes to comedy. You having enough material or knowing how to tailor what you're going to do or say to the crowd that's kind of in attendance that night, right?
Ladies, this is a PSA. Never ever date a man to wear camouflage. I'm telling you, this is the reason. If you date a man to wear camouflage, he's either really redneck or really ghetto. In any case, you're gonna end up fighting this baby mama named Tootsie. So,
every single comedian is looking to elicit a very specific response, you know, which is laughter. And if you don't get that, then you start to spin faster and faster in your head.
I've done like shows where the crowd was mostly elderly, and that's kind of a coin toss sometimes too, because either they, you know, really want you to kind of tone it down, or alternatively, they've seen it all and done it all, and they want to hear the wildest stuff that you've got to say. So sometimes there's a curveball, but usually you can kind of get a feel for what is and isn't going to work by watching the other comics on the show.
Usually, at this point in a joke, I will have kind of a giggle or so, and then I can use that giggle to then get to the next part of the joke, which is going to be a little bit of a larger laughter, and then I get to the final punchline, which is supposed to be like the applause break, whatever. You know, after time and time of telling these jokes, this is where these responses are supposed to happen.
For the rest of the night, I remember getting in the car. She was with me the whole night. Getting in the car with a white man named Hollywood that used the same hair product as I did. And that didn't make. I never seen a white man have such a liberal use of coconut oil. Like, it was such.
We all see these comedians on stage, but how do they get their spot? It's not as easy as you'd imagine.
If you're a comic and you're looking to get a spot somewhere, that really depends on, I mean, it dictates what kind of show you're looking to get booked on. If you're just starting out and you want to get just some stage time, and you go to an open mic, usually there's just like a notebook with a bunch of numbers, and you just write your name on the list.
So at the beginning, it's kind of a long process of just trying to get in where you fit in. You're going to open mics, you're testing material. You know, hopefully people that maybe book the shows, especially if it's an open mic at a club, you know, see you and you're like, hey, you know, this person's putting the work in, maybe we'll let you host. You know, almost everybody starts hosting. Then you go up to like the feature level, and that's usually when you're doing around 20 minutes, maybe a little bit more than that. And that usually around then is where, when you're communicating with people who book shows, you're sending your availability. You're letting people know, like, for instance, if I'm sending an email to a comedy club, I'm sending maybe a 10-minute tape that I have. of a recent performance, and then also letting them know I'm available for this weekend, this weekend, this weekend, this weekend, and this weekend.
Getting into the actual like professional clubs, there are steps to it. And of course there's also like talent agents and representation who will have you as one of their list of performers, and then it'll put you around in the circuit. The best way to get a gig somewhere is to just show up at that place. And don't be afraid to actually talk to them and be like, hey, I'm a comic, you guys need comics, can I work with you? And just see what happens.
Fellas, clap if you got a bad frame. Bro, motherfuckers.
But, you know, it's so strange now in this era too because of social media. You know, there's big clubs like when I performed in places, I performed in Chicago before, I performed in New York, I performed in California before. You know, you'll see like kind of the people who took the more traditional, work their way up from open mics in the clubs, and now they're in like the routine paid slot. But also there might be like somebody who has a really big TikTok following, like, and they've maybe only been on the microphone 3 times, but they're on the same show as you and you've been doing it for years. So like, it's a really unique era for comedy right now. Like, I don't think there's any one really set in stone path for anybody almost.
I got invited frisbee golfing the other day. I've never been invited frisbee golfing. Oh, it's terrible. Like, cause you know, general rule, you know, if you gonna invite your black friend to do something, Google image search it. If you don't see black people doing it, don't invite them. Very simple. It's elementary. I'm just like, me and we're all like very tall dudes. Like, when the last time you seen 4 big black dudes frolicking in a park with just, great serve, Marquavion.
Now that we've got a brief insight on the stuff you don't see, let's learn a little bit more about one of our featured comedians.
I learned my stage presence mostly through trial and error almost my whole life. I was very unfunny growing up. Like, if you ask people who went to high school with me, they probably wouldn't believe that I was a comedian if you told some of them, if they haven't seen me already. I'm learning how, like, okay, when I say stuff like this, it works. When I do this, it doesn't, you know, and trying to find my style. And it's matured a lot over time, you know, with performing more. A big goal for me is a couple of things. I'm really gonna work to expand my social media presence in the coming year. Like, I was kind of like avoidant of social media for a really long time. I was only on Facebook, but I'm on Instagram now. I have a pretty good following already, and I've only been on there for about a year. Also on Twitter now, been doing some stuff too with different people that are kind of like in the online space. Like, I'm pretty regular on Manitowoc Minute. I've done a lot of skits on there. And also too, I've actually just recently had a series of appearances on All Def Gaming, and they're based in California. We kind of comedians that get together and play video games. So you can go on there and see me get smoked in Super Smash Brothers. Doing a recording, you know, a live recording a comedy album is something that a lot of comics do. You know, you put like 40 minutes down, you maybe put it on Spotify, Apple, you know, I would like to do that. Definitely a space where I have the material, and you know, I have a couple of venues that are interested, a couple of local clubs that are interested in letting me do that. So that's something I definitely want to get done in the coming year here.
There's a lot that goes in behind the scenes of stand-up comedy, but it's about time we see some of it live in action. Introducing live, Ton Johnson.
Thank you. Thank you. This is cool. Thank you all for coming. This is awesome. We got any Bucks fans in the building tonight? Anybody? Yeah. Bucks in 6. I hope they do it again. I don't know. It's looking kind of rough this year. We keep getting blown out by guys I gotta Google. Like, I don't even know who half these dudes in the league are anymore. It's like players I used to watch, their kids are coming out and playing now. I feel like I don't have my life together anymore. It's crazy, man. I love the Bucks. I'm so glad they won. Giannis, of course, is my favorite player. He's great. He's the GOAT. The GOAT with tzatziki sauce. He's awesome. I love him not just because he's good and he got us a ring, but also because of the guy that he is, right? He's such a good dude, right? Like, such a happy, positive dude. That's why I kind of wish they would mic him up so I could hear his trash talk during the game. Because I know it doesn't match his profile. Like, I need to hear it. Like, I'm imagining just him being like, hey, no, you stink. And I just donked on you. No, you stink. No, your mother's here at the game tonight. Cool. Your son stinks. He's not good. I just dunked on him. Do something. Like, I know it doesn't work. Like, he made this, like, he had this crazy dunk at the end of game 6 last year in the finals. And, like, he tried to make, like, this tough face at the camera. Like, it was like his murder face. He hit this crazy dunk. And I know he was trying to, like, pump himself up, but he was just kind of looking at the camera like, I was like, you still, like, you look like a puppy still. Like, even when you're trying to be tough, like, being tough isn't for everybody, I don't think. I don't know. I wish I could play ball. I can't. I tried. Last time I tried, I was in high school. It didn't work. I was like the tallest dude in my high school, and I couldn't even hit a free throw. It was terrible, man. Reminded by that. I got my 15-year high school reunion letter just this past week. That is scary, man. Like, I did not know I'm getting old. Like, that is so weird. Like, high school was not cool. Like, because I was a geek. Like, I was a giant geek. Like, everybody was already disappointed that I was 6'4" and couldn't hoop. But, like, I further cemented it by, like, I would sell, like, CDs and DVDs, so, like, people kind of liked me. But at the same time, I would spend the money I got on that on Yu-Gi-Oh! And Magic the Gathering cards. It didn't match. It didn't match my whole thing. It was messed up, but I was excited, I had good cards. I had the Blue Eyes White Dragon. Yeah, some of y'all know about that. You know what you got when 3,000 attack points with the Blue Eyes White Dragon? You know what you got when you got the 3,000 attack points? No prom date, not one. I was so lonely. I was in the house every weekend eating beans. It was not cool, man. It wasn't. High school was rough. I was the only black kid in my class for a while. It was only really bad, to tell you the truth, during history. History class was rough, man. It's hard when you're going over like a unit of like the African-American experience in America, and you're the only black kid in your class. Like, we were doing a unit on slavery, and everybody kept checking for my reaction. Like, it was so annoying. We're hearing about this stuff, and the whole class just... Like, they would look like, what y'all think? I'm gonna try to get revenge? This ain't Django. Turn back around. Like, everything is fine. Like, they kept looking at me like I was gonna I was gonna tell them how it was or something. like what y'all think? I'm gonna start monologuing? Like, the days were long. The Alabama sun was hot. And I followed the North Star to freedom. I was not there. I was born in the 80s. Like, just turn back around. You never forget the dumbest thing somebody says to you, too. Like, somebody says, like, something really dumb to you. Remember the day we learned about, like, that whole time period? This girl walks up to me in my locker, and she goes, "Tom." I'm like, "What's up?" She's like, "I am so sorry that happened to your grandma." And I was like, my grandma was born in the 40s. Things weren't even that bad for black people back. "I accept your apology. Would you like to go to a movie?" She said no. I work on it. It's crazy, man. I basically did make the basketball team by accident. I did get cut right away, but it was crazy. I didn't even have my combination of my locker yet, but they were like losing it. Like, it was like a giant black dude practices at 5:30, and I was like, for what? Hockey? What do we have at this school? Like, I haven't even joined a student org yet. They were really disappointed when I joined the AV club. It's like, you just gonna dunk and just reach up and touch cameras. Okay, fine. Y'all watch Super Bowl? Y'all check it out? What you think of the halftime show? You like it? I liked it too, but it was kind of a scary reminder for me, man. Like, all my favorite rappers are getting old. That was weird. Like, Snoop Dogg was up there dancing like he got a kidney stone. Like, he was up there like, I was like, I heard, I could hear his knee pop on the stage. I was like, he got extra bones in his knee. Why he got so much knee now? Like, like, it was crazy, man. Like, just watching all your favorite rappers have gray hair, they're getting older. People, you saw Eminem, he took a knee. That was pretty cool. I didn't recognize Eminem at first until, like, Lose Yourself came on. He doesn't look like him anymore. Like, I missed the blonde hair, and now he has a beard. Like, he looked like a Teach for America teacher up there. I was like, who is this guy? Like, why is he next to Dr. Dre? I don't know what's going on. They tried to body shame 50. You see that? Tried to talk about him because 50 Cent gained weight. 50 still looks good. Like, 50's almost 50. He looks great for his age. Like, he doesn't look at all like somebody's uncle, and that's prime uncle territory, like, after your late 40s. If we should be making fun of any rapper, it should be Kanye West. Kanye West dressed like a bush and waited outside of Kim Kardashian's house. Why would he do something like that? Like, where did he get a ghillie suit to wear for this? Like, Like, did you sit, like, you're just sitting outside your own house with a Call of Duty perk on. Like, what are you doing? Somebody come get Kanye. I don't know. Anybody who watches this, let's look into getting Kanye some help. Also going back to Snoop Dogg too, he has sounded congested for 30 years, hasn't he? Like he just 1, 2, 3 to the 4. Snoop Doggy Dogg and Dr. Dre is at the door. I'm like, you got all that money and no Sudafed? Like not none? Like, geez, man, it's funny, man. I love this. It's so weird. Like I said, I feel like I'm getting old sometimes. The new slang escapes me. There's like, I'm at a moment now where like there's slang that I don't know. It hit me all at once too. I was in Chicago actually. I took my cousins out for their 21st birthday. I was like, we're gonna hang out, drinks on me all night. You guys are 21 now. We're gonna turn up. It's gonna be a good time. They're like, cool. So we go out in Chicago. First and foremost, I didn't know that clubs in Chicago don't close until 4 in the morning. That is evil. Like, I got tired at midnight. I was so sleepy. I paid for VIP just to sleep on the couch. I am shameless. I don't care. Like, we were in there. It wasn't that much fun, to tell you the truth, but they were having a good time because it was their first time in the club, right? And there's only a couple of girls in there that night with us. Like, it's not like a great night in there, right? But my cousin, he's trying to talk to one of them, and he gets into it with somebody when the club lets out. He gets into it with somebody, and this is when I learned slang that I didn't know. I didn't know that some people's slang for hitting other people is to say they're licking them. Makes no sense to me. Let me provide context. So we get outside. There's 2 guys from Chicago, and it's me and my cousin. I'm backing him up. I'm a good cousin, right? I'm saying like regular stuff. We're going back and forth with these guys. I'm saying regular stuff like old school tough talk, right? Like, hey, I'm gonna beat you like you stole something. I'm gonna knock you out. Stuff I heard in movies in the 90s, it sounds tough to me. My cousin was saying, he was like, man, come on, cuz, let's lick both of them. I was like, yeah. What? We about to do what? He was like, we gonna lick them. I was like, I thought we was about to fight. I don't, So we friends with them now? Is that what you said? Because I could have taken you to a different kind of club. I don't know what we're supposed to do. He was like, never mind, we got beaten up. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Which is fine, it's okay. I didn't want to drive all the way down there again anyway. I did not need to be up at 4 in the morning. It's gross. It's crazy stuff, man. Getting older, like, it's true. Stuff is happening to me now. Stuff's happening, weird stuff. I don't want to get dark. I had a scare. I had a health scare. I had an unrelated injury, and I got a scan, right? And they found like this little mass in my head, and I'm terrified, right? It's terrifying. Turns out, not cancer, so don't worry about that. But I got to get scanned like every 9 months, right? And that is like the craziest thing. They do dumb stuff in cancer screenings. They try to play your favorite song while you're in the CT scanner. Who wants to turn up at a cancer screening? That is dumb. Like, I walked in there and they ask you they're like, hey, Mr. Johnson, you're here. And I'm like, yeah. They're like, we can play some music for you while you're in the CT scan. What would you like to hear? And they were like, we have a couple of stations. Like, we have bluegrass. And I was like, country western. I'm like, sometimes it's okay to stereotype. I came in here wearing a chain. Which station do you think I want to hear? So they turn on the rap station, right? I'm in the tube, I'm in the gown, and I messed up, guys. It was pretty bad. I was waiting, I was laying down, then the song clicks on. It's like the worst song for this situation too, like the absolute worst song. It's, because I'm happy, clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Now here's the thing, I actually one of the few people that still really likes that song. So like I'm in the tube, clap along if you feel like, Mr. Johnson, we can hear you. I'm like, oh, I forgot where I was, I'm sorry. The whole time I'm doing this, I'm in that gown with no back. That was weird, man. Weird stuff. Stuff changes, man. It's really crazy. This era is insane, man. It is. The masks and stuff like that. I see you're all masked up. Thank you for being safe. Do you like the mask? You can tell me. You all right with them? I kind of like them. Like, I looking like an off-duty Mortal Kombat character. That's fun for me. You can get away with stuff, too, that you can never get away with before this era. Like, it's very different right now. Like, never before this time was it cool for me to walk into Target or Walmart with a mask covering half my face, yelling, where y'all keep the PlayStations at? and they really show me where they are. That's progress. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. That's my time. I appreciate you. My name is Tom Johnson. Thank you for coming through. I'm gonna leave y'all with this. This is a Black History Month fact. I had Chipotle today. Thank you.